We've all heard the phrase man's best friend. But what if I told you that phrase, well, it barely even scratches the surface of our real relationship with dogs? Turns out there's this incredible scientific framework that's going to completely change how you see your own dog. So let's dive right in. So I want you to just take a second and think about your dog. I mean, really think. Is their job just to be a pet, a companion? Or is there something, way more complex happening just beneath the surface? That's the big question we're really going to unpack today. And it looks like science is pointing to a whole new way of understanding that connection. It's not just about simple affection, like a nice cuddle on the couch. We're talking about a powerful, functional partnership. Okay, so to really get our heads around this partnership, we have to move past that old saying. I mean, sure, the bond we have with our dogs feels simple and personal, right? But there's a new concept that shows just how incredibly deep and complex it truly is. All right, so this concept has a name. It's called Human-Canine Synergy, or HCS for short. And the key thing to get here is that it's not just about, love and companionship. HCS is a whole framework for understanding how we actually partner with dogs to get things done, to achieve specific goals, whether that goal is just feeling better or completing a really complex task. And this is where it gets really, really interesting. This whole synergy idea, it isn't just one flat concept. Nope. It actually works on three totally distinct levels, and each level kind of peels back another, more complex layer of that human-dog partnership. So, what are these three levels? Let's break them down, and we'll start with the one that's probably the most familiar to every single one of us. Okay, so level one is called interaction. This is all about that amazing emotional and psychological support our dogs give us, right? The affection, the comfort, that just calming presence they have. And the key word here is passive. The dog's role is passive. They don't have to do anything at all. Their very existence, just them being there, is the benefit. A perfect example? Think about a therapy dog visiting a hospital. That dog doesn't have to perform a trick or follow some complex command. Nope. Just by being there, its quiet, calm presence brings this incredible comfort to people. That's level one, right there in action. All right, next up we've got level two, relationship. And this is where things really shift because the dog's role goes from passive to active. So it's not just about their presence anymore. Now it's about performance. The dog is actively, deliberately helping us accomplish specific tasks. So, think of a guide dog, expertly navigating a busy street for their person. Or a police canine sniffing out contraband. These dogs are trained for super specific, really complex jobs. It's a huge step up in synergy from just being in the room. And that brings us to the third and honestly the most sophisticated level. It's called bonding. And this is where the partnership just hits a whole other level of complexity. At this stage, the dog isn't just assisting with the task, it's actually inspiring or enabling a human activity to even happen at all. Its role becomes, get this, determining, which means the success of the whole activity literally depends on the dog. So, for example, picture a dog in a classroom. Okay, it's not just there for comfort, and it's not just, fetching a ball for fun. It's being used as a living, breathing teaching tool to help kids understand physics, like the arc and trajectory of that ball when it's thrown. That lesson, it literally could not happen without the dog. The dog's role determines the success of the entire learning experience. How cool is that? So, okay, we've got these three levels of synergy, and what they do is they give us a completely new lens for looking at our dogs. It lets us move beyond just vague labels and create three new categories that are based on what their main function is in our lives. Let's just map this out so it's super clear. Level one, interaction. That gives us the empathy or therapeutic dogs. Then level two, relationship. That corresponds to the assisting or working dogs we talked about. And finally, level three, bonding. This introduces that really fascinating category of facilitating or inspiring dogs. You can see it, right? That clear progression from a passive role to an active one and all the way up to a determining one. But, and this is probably the most crucial piece of the whole puzzle, these levels, they aren't meant to be rigid boxes you just stuff a dog into. The real power of this whole idea is seeing how one single dog can actually embody all three levels at the same time. Yeah, the researchers who came up with this are very clear on this point. They say HCS can be, and I'm quoting here, simultaneously interactional, relational, and bonding. What that means is a single dog can be working on all three levels, sometimes even in the very same moment. It's a holistic view of the partnership. Let's go back to our classroom dog, because it's the perfect way to see this in action. Okay, so in one moment, it's comforting an anxious student. That's level 1, interaction. A few minutes later, it's guiding those same students through some kind of maze activity. Boom, that's level 2, relationship. And then it becomes the star of a physics lesson. That's level 3, bonding. See? It's one dog, one afternoon, just seamlessly flowing through all three roles. That's the real power of looking at it this way. So as we start to wrap this up, I really want to make this clear. This whole framework, it's not about creating new labels for your dog. The point isn't to figure out, oh, is my dog a level 1 or a level 2? That's not it at all. No, it's about something much bigger. It's about giving us a richer language, a deeper way to appreciate the incredibly complex and, multifaceted roles dogs play in our lives. It's about really seeing their amazing potential to not only give us comfort or help with a task, but to actually inspire us and facilitate our own growth as people. So here's my challenge to you. The next time you're looking at your dog, just ask yourself, what levels of synergy do we share? Is it that simple, beautiful comfort of interaction? Is it the active partnership of a relationship? Or is it that deep, profound connection of bonding? Or maybe is it a dynamic, amazing blend of all three? Thinking about it might just completely change the way you see your best friend.